It is The Oath here on 106.3 The Buzz. Johnny Thrash along with none other than Chuck Billy, vocalist for Testament. They have big upcoming tour with Slayer and Carcass. Unfortunately, not coming anywhere near here in Texas, but is there any chance, Chuck, that we're going to get to see Testament here in Texas sometime this year?
Yeah, we're going to have a new record out sometime this year, so I'm sure we'll be coming through sometime in the U.S. Don't know exactly when, but I'm sure we will be.
Well, speaking of the new record, I'd been hearing a lot about it. And how far along are you on the album?
Well, a lot of the music's done. A few songs vocally are written. So we're at about that process where I'm just fine-tuning up the vocal, getting all the melodies sorted and the lyrics written. But we'll get a lot of that done now until we leave on tour. And during the tour, we're going to spend a lot of time just demoing the vocals. And by the end of the tour, hopefully we get right in the studio.
Right on. With touring like that, does it feel like it warms your voice up at all, or do you feel a little fatigued? Does it affect you when it comes to recording? Do you have to take some time off after you're done on the road?
Towards the end of a tour, probably a little tired, but in the beginning, middle, it's strong. So that's why I'm like, I want to take the recording stuff out there because my voice is probably going to be feeling pretty good. So might as well work out there and record it. Because if it turns out good, we can always keep the tracks I did. So,
Yeah, isn't that great about this day and age, being able to actually record the finished vocals on the road? That doesn't even seem fathomable at times to me. It's,
I know. You can do it anywhere now. So that's the great thing. And I think we'll have a little inspiration, be it out on the road and all together. And, it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It is The Oath on 106.3 The Buzz. Johnny Thrash joined by Chuck Billy of Testament. Now, the first show I ever saw was in Dallas back in 1990. It was you guys opening up for Megadeth and Judas Priest at Reunion Arena. One of the greatest memories of my life, obviously. And you've been a part of so many killer tour packages, but this one here, looking at it, Slayer and Carcass, this might be the best ever. How would you rank this tour among the ones you've done?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be like, ultimate metal thrash package, Yeah, it's especially, three bands definitely have been around as long as we all have and still writing some great music today. I think it's a great thing,
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me because, you've been around for over 30 years and some of y'all are putting out some of your best stuff ever when you would think that people maybe aren't quite as inspired or maybe they're mellowing out a little bit. That has most certainly not been the case with Testament, man. So what is it that, where do you keep getting that fierce, that fierceness, that fire, man? You have to find it in different places than you did when you were younger?
Yeah, but I think we kind of just have a different outlook on life now and music and just, 30 years into it now. I think we're different people than definitely when we started.
Yeah.
But I think the music definitely keeps us. I think the fortunate thing with us and Testament is Eric's always kind of kept it moving and kept it current, and he kind of keeps his own style. He's definitely keeps me on my toes as a vocalist trying to write what he does. It's always I'm always not sure what's going to be on the record coming up until I get it and go, oh, okay. So, I think in that's keeping us, I think, sounding current. We're not sounding like a 30-year-old band. And, I think that's the exciting thing, and when you write that song,
mm-hmm.
That's the payoff. It's like, yep, this is killer. And it's just one of them rewards, and I think that a lot of that has something that keeps you going, too. So there's always still another great song, in you.
It's The Oath on 106.3 The Buzz. Johnny Thrash along with Chuck Billy of Testament. The thing about your music, going back, you've always had a great way of balancing melody and aggression. However, some of the albums are a little heavier than others. And in some,
mm-hmm.
maybe like Formation of Damnation, a little bit more melodic than, say, Dark Roots of Earth. How would you say the new record is leaning? Is it thrashier or what?
Well, I mean, we of course we said it's going to be thrashier, but I think Eric's definitely got the foot on a pedal a little more than the last record. When we were talking, like, what are we going to do? We're like, I think the Gathering vibe and era and style was something that we really enjoyed and thought was strong. And we felt that was a lot more faster. So so far, I know there's a lot more blast beats and there's a lot more thrash going on this record. But again, there's always still that, shifting gears where Eric does write some more mid-pace stuff too as well.
I tell you, I love to hear that. I love your aggressive stuff. The Gathering. It's great that you mentioned the Gathering because, I feel like that was one that may have flown under the radar a little bit, along with Demonic. Demonic to me, and I talked to Eric a few years ago, and it's something that always just blew my mind. Fellow thrash fans like myself, in the mid-'90s, some of us felt like bands were getting away from us. They were trying to be more rock bands. It wasn't exactly what that we had come to love. And when other bands were becoming more commercial, Testament was doing anything but that. You were getting heavier. You were getting more extreme. Your vocal style in particular with Demonic was almost death metal, man. I mean, what inspired that album?
It pretty much was. I think on the Low record was our last record we delivered to Atlantic. Our contract was up. The band was split up. So we completed that contract, and then me and Eric were like, we were a little pissed off at the world and the scene and, the whole business part of it. And we wrote Demonic, and I also had some fans because I did Dogface Gods on the Low record. Mm-hmm. And fans were like, yeah, you got to do more singing the death throughout the songs. So I thought, that record, that's when Gene got in on Demonic record. And he just picked it up, and it just was crushing, and I even tried to sing a little more on that record, but I ended up always leaning back to the death voice, seemed more natural. And so, it was an angrier record, and then after that, once we got with Lombardo and DiGiorgio and James Murphy, it was a new vibe, new members, a fresh blood, fresh air on everything. And Lombardo came in and added a whole new thing with his playing because Eric is really in control of a lot of the drums on writing of our records. But that time, I think Lombardo came in and just jumped in and just started jamming with them. And they Eric really didn't have to think about it, but just jam. And it was really obvious when the songs, once they came out, it was like, wow, this is killer, stepping it up for Testament. And that's when we felt like, wow, this is where we kind of felt the culmination of everything we'd done up to that point into what we're doing right now. This is where we should be, and so that's kind of when we found ourselves, I think.
Yeah, with the drums, I was checking out an interview here recently with Eric online, and it sounds like Gene is gonna play the drums, but is it not like a nailed down thing at this point, or is he not going to go out on the road?
He's gonna play the drums.
Okay.
There's just a lot of scheduling. We haven't really had a schedule with our recording schedule because it's kind of been up in the air. We're just working at our own pace, really. Yeah. And of course, the guys don't sit around. Gene and Steve and Alex, they all do other things when Testament's not busy. So between Death or Dark Angel or something, or Alex on tour with people, they do their thing, So it was first looking like schedule conflict, but now it's going to work. So we're back on.
Outstanding. Yeah, I love the lineup now. Of course, I look back over the years, I could never complain at all, and it's always obviously been Testament. I can't wait to hear the new album. Hopefully, we'll have some more firm news before too much longer. In the meantime, we're holding on for that new record and holding on for a Dallas, Texas date. Chuck, man, it's been such a pleasure for me to talk to you. I've always looked up to you so much as a vocalist and just a dude and a metalhead, and I can't thank you enough for your time, man.
Well, thank you, man. Keep pumping out the metal and keep the fans rocking.